Well, we've heard about genetically modified food, but what about genetically modified children?
Right. Of course, you're going to hear a lot about this this week when an Oregon doctor goes before the FDA. He's seeking approval for a new technique to create babies from two moms and one dad. Lisa Balick is going beyond the headlines to show us why he's doing it. And this sounds like a big controversy.
Extremely so. I want you guys to hold up your hand. And
all right.
folks at home, hold up your hand. Do you know in your hand you have 2 billion cells, and they all have a job to do? It's the DNA or the blueprint in each of those cells that comes from your parents that tells the cells their job. But sometimes that blueprint or DNA is defective and can cause diseases. That's what the science is trying to prevent, but it's very controversial. At Oregon Health Sciences University, scientists produced 5 monkeys using the experimental DNA replacement. If approved, the technique would next be used to get rid of defective genes in a human egg, replacing them with good genes from another woman. That egg would be fertilized and placed back into the mother. That baby would then have genes from 3 different people.
Instead of fixing, we could actually replace it with donor mitochondrial genes.
The child would still inherit most of their parents' traits like eye color and height, but the donor's DNA would replace bad genes that cause some inherited diseases, like epilepsy.
This egg will have basically most of its own DNA, which is in nucleus, will come from a patient from this family, more than 99%. But this 1% of genes will be donor originated.
Critics will urge the government this week not to approve this for moral and ethical reasons. Will the next step be designer babies, where parents pick and choose eye color, sports ability? Some are against it, though, for more fundamental reasons.
We are opposed to anything that has to do with testing of the earliest stages of life, which is we believe that life begins at conception, and that's when all the DNA is present and nothing more is added.
The lead OHSU scientist in the embryo research says the focus is on women who already have a child as a result of defective genes, a child who's struggling with a disease, and that 99% of the baby's genetic makeup will still be from the birth mom and dad. But there's one question almost everyone has about this scientific frontier.
We don't know the potential impacts of this type of research.
Big reason why this goes before the Food and Drug Administration starting tomorrow. We'll be following it. Dan?
This will have